Hello, welcome everyone. In this video, I'm going to go over a coordinate plane. In this video, we are going to learn how to plot the coordinates or the ordered pairs on a coordinate plane. So if we look at this right here, we have a plane that has a vertical axis and a horizontal axis right there. So this is called the x-axis, and the vertical one is called the y-axis of the plane. So I'm gonna classify this particular graph into 4 parts. They're called the quadrants. So there are 4 quadrants in this particular graph. This is the first one. This is the second quadrant. This is third. And this is fourth. So it's divided into 4 quadrants. And we're going to go over some specifications. In the first quadrant, we have, you have x and y. Okay. Where both x and y are positive. In the second quadrant, we have x and y as well. But here x is negative and y is positive. And we have a third quadrant. We have x and y here as well. And here our both x and y are negative. And we have the fourth quadrant. We have x and y here as well. And here x is positive and y is negative. So these are the 4 things you have to remember when you're actually plotting points on this coordinate plane. Okay, you got to remember that the first quadrant, both x and y are positive. In the second quadrant, the x is negative and the y is going to be positive. In the third quadrant, the x and y both are negative, and the fourth quadrant, x is positive and y is negative in this region right here. I'm just going to put a few points here, like let's say 2, 1 and negative 2, 2. And we have negative 1, negative 1. And we have 3, negative 1. So we're going to put these points on this particular graph or the coordinate plane. So the first one is 2, 1. So x is 2. Remember, this is first value is x. The second one is the y value. So if x is 2 and y is 1, we are looking at the point would go right here at this point right here. That's 2, 1. So I'm going to mark this 2, 1. And here we have negative 2, 2. So we start from origin, negative 2 in the x direction and 2 in the y direction. So we're looking at this point right here is negative 2, 2. The third one is negative 1 and negative 1. So we start from the origin. We go negative 1 in the x direction and negative 1 in the y direction. So we are looking at this point right here. This is negative 1, negative 1. The last point is 3, negative 1. So we go 3 in the x direction and negative 1 in the y direction. So this is the point right here. 3, negative 1. All right, let's do a few more examples. Let's plot 2, 3, negative 3, 3, and negative 4, negative 2, and we have last one is 4, negative 2. So the first point we start with 2, 3. So we start from the origin, go 2 units to the right. 2 is positive 2, and then 3 units in the y direction. So this is 2, comma 3. Next one is negative 3, comma 3. So we start from the center, 0, negative 3 in the x direction, and 3 in the y direction. We have this right here. So this is negative 3, comma 3. And then we have negative 4, comma negative 2. So negative 4 in the x direction. So this is your x. This is your y column. This is y. Negative 4, comma negative 2. It's right here. Negative 4, comma negative 2. And then you have 4, comma negative 2. We start from 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 2 you're looking at here. This is 4, comma negative 2. All right, so hopefully this helps. And the next one, and the last slide, we're looking at the midpoint. So the midpoint for the two numbers, for the two points, we're gonna basically find out the, how to find the midpoint of two numbers. So if you're given a 2, comma, let's say 3, and you're given another number 5, comma 7, and you're asked to find the midpoint. So how do we find the midpoint? So we mark this one as x1. Our smaller x value would be x1, and this would be the y1. The larger x value would be the x2, and the y value would be y2. So basically we take the average of the x1s, that would be the midpoint for the x-axis, and then the average of the y's, that would be the midpoint of the y. So the midpoint would be x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Okay, now we can go ahead and plug in these values. Our x1 was 2, our x2 was 5 divided by 2, our y1 was 3 plus our y2 was 7 divided by 2. So we have 7 over 2, comma 10 over 2, and that's equal to 7 over 2, comma 5. That's the midpoint of these 2 points right there. So that's how you calculate the midpoint. You take the x values, x1 and x2, and add them up and divide them by 2, and then for the y's you take the y values, the y1 plus y2, and you divide it by 2, and this would give you the center of the 2 points, the midpoint of these two right here that we are given. And that's about it. Thank you for watching.